pretty sure the GRU may still be using mind control on me. But then again, I'm not sure. In truth, it's most probably actually British intelligence operatives working for the British police who are trying to present me as a Russian, and therefore they are putting these GRU philosophies into my brain to attempt to get me to portray myself as a Russian so that the British public think I'm a Russian. So it's all very interesting indeed. It's very strange how the British intelligence services have basically hacked my brain and are pretending to be the GRU. That is my conclusion on it. The British intelligence services have hacked my brain and are pretending to be the GRU, attempting to remotely influence me into a Russian psycho mode, which is all very interesting. Indeed, it's all very interesting indeed. Indeed, I believe that in July 2020, British Freemasonry, by the British police, sentenced me to death, and this is taking the form of a slow kill by radiation, which is gradually being increased day by day. Indeed, they intend to kill me within 3 years, I believe. So I do not have much longer on this earth. So during those 3 years, I'm hoping to prolong it to 4. I'm going to create as many videos as I can about British Freemasonry, about British intelligence, and about the British police. These are my main topics now. Indeed, all of my studies of Illuminism and Jesuitry lead me back to the British Crown, i.e. the network of Templars that coordinate the British Empire. Indeed, the Bavarian Illuminati were a British intelligence construct, and the Illuminati actually means the inner sanctum of British Freemasonry and British intelligence. Indeed, the Jesuits are a branch of British intelligence, just as the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst are a branch of British intelligence, and the KGB and GRU are branches of British intelligence. It is interesting to consider that the British intelligence matrix is so complex that they have hacked my brain and are basically pretending in my brain to be GRU operatives controlling my mind, when it's actually British intelligence who are controlling my mind. It's all very complex indeed. Somebody is spending an enormous amount of time, effort, and money in the remote behavior modification program that is taking place within my mind. Indeed, this remote behavior modification program is basically part of the targeted individual program, which is a rather unique targeted individual program specifically tailored to me. Indeed, I've been sentenced to death by British Freemasonry for exposing Devise's police. Interestingly, it's interesting that the British Freemasonry would sentence me to death for exposing Devise's police. It says a lot about what was potentially going on in the town of Devizes and continues to this day. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider that Devizes police are a branch of the Crown. Indeed, Devizes police are a Crown protected local police force. So it's all very interesting indeed. It's interesting to note that British intelligence have hacked my brain for the British police and the networks of Freemasons that control them. Indeed, the British intelligence operatives are mind control experts that have hacked my brain. Indeed, one bears the surname Buchan, and this network of British intelligence, MI6, have hacked my brain on the orders of the Freemasons coordinating the British police force, and are basically have installed themselves in my brain, pretending to be direct GRU agents. So it's interesting to consider the amount of times that the GRU seemingly hacked my brain recently, when these GRU guys that are hacking my brain are actually British intelligence operatives with names like Buchan. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this hacking process takes the form of a brain-computer interface. So the contents of my brain are uploaded onto a digidatabase on a computer system and manipulated by brain tinkerers of Hellfire Club initiates within the British intelligence services, such as this guy, Samuel Buchan, who seems to be my main mind control programmer at the moment. Indeed, this Samuel Buchan is a key coordinator of certain Faith of Ishmael terrorist networks that are operating under mind control by the British system. So they experience similar delusions that I experience. Indeed, the majority of GRU operations in Britain are actually false flag operations coordinated by British intelligence. So it's all very interesting to notice that the British intelligence services, who maintain power in the United Kingdom, have created a false construct via a supposed conflict with the Russian Federation. And it's interesting to note that through Sabbatean networks, the British intelligence services run the Russian Federation. So it's all very interesting. Indeed, I'd like to learn more about this particular guy, Samuel Buchan, who is my current main mind control programmer. So it's all very interesting to note that the British intelligence services are hacking my brain, pretending to be GRU operatives, so that I spin out into a Russian military intelligence psycho mode, and the populace believe I'm working for the GRU, which, as you can see from these videos, I am not. So it's all very interesting. Indeed, the current affairs of the Russian Federation don't interest me too much. Indeed, I'm more interested in the locality where I am, basically. So it's interesting to note I'm much more interested in my local environment than I am in the current affairs of the Russian Federation. Despite my reverence for certain Russian historical figures, certain Russian literary figures, and a curiosity for Russian schizophrenics, I am not actually that interested in the current affairs of the Russian Federation, apart from how they directly interconnect with the operations of British intelligence that I am trying to expose. Indeed, my relationship with the Serbian nation also takes a similar path. I am not too interested in the current affairs of the Serbian nation. I'm merely interested in messing up the British police in the areas where I'm dwelling. So the whole Kosovo issue isn't really that important to me in terms of historical perspective. I'm more interested in the importance of Kosovo in terms of the British police organ and child trafficking networks and how they relate to certain activities of the British police in the Wiltshire area. Indeed, my targets are the Illuminati networks of the Masons, the Jesuits, and the Sabbateans. These are my main interests. My main interests are how the intelligence agencies connect with the Illuminati networks, i.e. the Masons, Jesuits, and Sabbateans, and how all of these interconnect with the elite Templars of the British Crown. Indeed, this GRU psychosis that the British intelligence services are implanting in me is causing me chaos. And it's interesting now that the British intelligence services have literally just worked out that I'm communicating with some force in my head that they can't control. And they've attempted to use a blocking mechanism through the screen, as has happened before. Indeed, there is a current within my mind of cosmic intelligence, i.e. God, that the British intelligence services can't control. Indeed, they've hacked my brain so much that there are 400 GRU agents who are actually British intelligence operatives in my brain. However, they cannot get control of God, who is also talking to me. So it's interesting that me and the cosmic intelligence God can only communicate when my frequencies are all right. Indeed, we seem to be communicating at all times at the moment. However, the GRU, supposedly GRU operatives, who are actually British intelligence operatives, indeed the GRU as a front for British intelligence, these guys, led by Samuel Buchan, are attempting to gain complete control of my mind and are very inquisitive as to who I am in contact with in my brain. And they can't quite work it out. Indeed, it's possible that in the future I may become a religious leader, which is seriously scaring the Freemasons who wish to reintroduce the Babylonian cult of the ancient mystery schools in the British Isles, in communion with various networks such as the Ancient Order of Druids, the Hellfire Clubs also. Indeed, the Hellfire Clubs are arch Freemasonic initiates coordinated by networks operating out of Grenville Lodge number 1787, which is known to others as the University of Buckingham, which is a corporate front for the Grenville Lodge complex, which contains a massive underground complex where the Hellfire Club initiates, including various professors from Grenville Lodge, such as Julian Lovelock and Stephen Havlin, sacrifice babies to the Babylonian demon gods of the Freemasons. Indeed, the entire British far right political figures are Freemasons and are involved in this plan to reintroduce the ancient Babylonian mystery religion in the United Kingdom, which is all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the ancient mystery religions are coordinated on ground level by the forces of Baal, which is interesting. Why have so many Faith of Ishmael adherents been brought into the United Kingdom? Indeed, it is a false flag operation. The supposed conflict between the far right and the Faith of Ishmael is actually a false conflict. What with the British Empire types, i.e. the Archdruids of British Freemasonry, wish to re-implement the ancient Babylonian demon gods as the state religion and reintroduce human sacrifice on set days of the week, just as Jacobins did soon after the French Revolution. So it's all very interesting to consider what is really occurring in the United Kingdom. Indeed, the rape gangs form a part of a Masonic ritual, and it's all heathen basically. And this involves the sacrifice of the purity of white girls to the Faith of Ishmael adherents, which is part of a demonic mind control program coordinated by an elite priesthood who are themselves actually white guys. So it's all very interesting to consider how this is playing out. Indeed, the Freemasons condemned me to death on the 28th of July 2020. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, they believed I would be dead within 3 years. And I believe they are very angry at the fact that I am still alive. Indeed, they are now implementing certain mechanisms into place regarding who I can and can't talk to. However, this may not work because of the way the karma is turning. Indeed, the British police are Freemasons and are basically tortured souls, unable to get out of the Masonic matrix because they are tied in by rituals, which is all very interesting. Indeed, they know what's planned for the United Kingdom. However, they can't get out of it because they have been tied in by the registry. So it's all very interesting to consider the fact that Britain is about to enter a civil war state and the military are going to be deployed to Ukraine. So it's all very interesting to consider the creation of a false conflict abroad. Indeed, the whole Russia-Ukraine war was a false conflict created by British intelligence to seal the fate of the United Kingdom and the reintroduction of the ancient Babylonian mystery schools in the United Kingdom, which is the grand plan of the Druids of British intelligence. Indeed, Churchill was a Grand Druid of British intelligence and mutilated, raped, sacrificed, and committed necrophilia of 490 babies. So it says a lot about the ancient Babylonian mystery schools and the way they behave. So it's all very interesting to note what exactly is occurring in the United Kingdom. Indeed, I guess the crux of this video is to explain that the British Freemasons sentenced me to death on July the 28th, 2020, having previously sentenced me to death on February the 4th, 2013. So it's all very interesting to note that would have coincided with the time I was at Grenville Lodge. So it's very interesting to consider that on February the 4th, 2013, I was condemned to death by the Freemasons and refused to die. And then on July the 28th, 2020, I was sentenced to death by the Freemasons and refused to die. So I wonder what's going to happen next. Indeed, I believe the Freemasons may be beginning to believe that I am Christ, which means they're going to take some sort of drastic measures against me in the future. Indeed, it's time I started forming networks around here. And I'm going to start forming networks with various ethnicities. So the time is coming. I need to start operating on street level for the eventual destruction of British Freemasonry. Indeed, I'm going to leave the exposures of Devizes Police for now, as I understand many of them are kept in the rings by the Freemasons. So I'm going to leave off them for a little bit and move on to a bigger, grander exposure of the Grand Lodge of England and its acolytes within Illuminism, Jesuitry, and Sabbateanism, and the associated intelligence complex that comes along with this. Indeed, it's all very interesting to note that British intelligence control the Vatican and install their own popes in the Vatican. So anyone who remembers my Vatican exposures from my old channels must see now how all of this links up to the British Crown and the 372 Hellfire Club Templars who control the world. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there now.